Who is Jay-Z, also known as Sean Corey Carter, was born in Brooklyn on December 4th, 1969. As a kid, Jay loved making little rhymes and other stuff like that. He and his friends would listen to music and fun rappers on their boombox. Together, they would make little rap songs and pretend that they were professional rappers. Jay loved his friends in Brooklyn, but did not expect his life to change drastically when he met Jaz-O. Jay's life was not all rainbows and sunshine as a kid. Growing up in Brooklyn's often hazardous Marcy project, he saw a lot of bad stuff like drugs and worse. Eventually, his dad would leave him and Jay would have to become the man of the house. Jay always tried to make money by selling his music on the streets, but no one would ever buy his songs. So eventually, Jay got into dealing drugs as a side hustle. Making drug trades would often cause him to see bad things and get him beaten up a lot. As Jay started to get a little older, he attended Eli Whitney High School and got a decent education there, but he still wanted to pursue his music and his career in music and help out his family. When Jay was a teenager, he met a rapper named Jaz-O. Jaz invited Jay to join him on his album, and this was his ticket to getting known in the rap world. When Jay came back from London, he was so excited that he was a part of Jaz-O's album and was telling all of his friends about it. Eventually, the album came out, and he heard himself on the boombox rapping up a storm. This song was called Can I Get It Open, which was a remix of another song. This boost of confidence will help Jay, quote-unquote, go gold. After Jay met Jaz, he decided to try to make his career take off, so he met some guys named Original Flavor in 1993. These guys wanted to work with Jay and said that Jay could rap like none other. They asked Jay if he had a record, but Jay didn't have a record deal, and he wanted to make a solo album, which was most likely the best bet. But making a record takes a lot of dough, aka money, which Jay did not have at the time. Damon Dash was the guy who offered Jay the opportunity to work together and make Jay's dream real. Just a year later, Jay and Damon Dash decided to make an album, but Jay did not have a lot of money, so Damon paid for it. And this album was called Reasonable Doubt. But making an album like this had no guarantee of success. None of the record labels wanted to sign Jay at first because he had no labels backing him, so there was almost no way for his music to get heard. Damon, just before he met Jay, made some good money from his singles and decided to start a company with each other. Damon had some good money, but they had to have an investor because starting a company from scratch costs a lot of money. So they met this guy named Kareem Berkey. Kareem decided that these people were worth investing in, and he was correct. The company was called Rockefeller Records. Rockefeller Records was founded in 1996. After this, Jay's career took off, and in 1998, Jay got one of his releases on the top Billboard 200 album chart. But that was not all. He also got his first Grammy Award for rap album. But just a year later, he would do something that he would regret and not plead guilty until years later. He was in a 1999 nightclub stabbing. Jay stabbed somebody and served 3 years. After the stabbing, life was getting overwhelming and there was constant work to be done. So he decided to make one last album to produce in 2003. This album was called The Black Album. The Black Album consisted of some great songs that people still love and listen to today. Throughout all of the good and bad things Jay has done, he has changed and helped shape the way rap was known. Later in Jay's life, he would help Kanye West out in the rap industry, just like back then when Jaz-O helped him and Damon Dash grow in the career of rap. Just a couple years later, he would marry the one and only Beyonce. After retiring from music, he started investing in numerous businesses, including a basketball team, New Jersey Nets. Jay-Z eventually couldn't resist not singing, so he made small appearances in some of his friends' songs, but nothing large. Jay's impact on the rap culture and all the kids who loved rap was major. So many rappers nowadays say Jay-Z was one of the biggest musical teachers and helpers in their success. Jay eventually found his dad and was very happy to make peace with him, but he would not have much time with him. His dad's name was Adonis Reeves. Adonis would die of a disease just a couple months later after reuniting with his son. After all that, Jay had his first kid with Beyonce, Blue Ivy Carter, and she's an American singer just like her parents now. Nowadays, he has 3 kids and a thrilled businessman. In conclusion, Jay made street music just like any other big names like Ice Cube, Snoop Dogg, and even Notorious B.I.G. These rappers before Jay helped him conduct and create the music he has created for our world, and some will say he's one of the best rappers ever.